Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another monster video. So in today's video, I'm back with our monster review. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the monster Boomshakalaka. It has a funny name, huh? I'm going to be reviewing the exclusive fast monster, which is this new fire attacker. And I'm going to basically showcase this monster in battle and showing you guys the best skills, the best dreams, the best relics and stuff like that. And of course, this is on my account, so huge thanks to Sammy. He is one of my YouTube members. Huge thanks to him, and also Dark Souls, his friend, basically got him the pass, and it's Sammy's account. So he basically went ahead and asked me if I wanted to review this monster for you guys, and so of course I said yes. So I'm going to be reviewing this monster, but I just wanted to give a quick shout out to them for basically helping me with this video. Okay, so once again, you will know everything about Boomshakalaka in today's video, so I hope you guys are excited for today's video. If you are, drop a like and also try to share notifications on. Anyways, let's go on and get started. Alright, so we've got Boomshakalaka right here. It's a rank 3, it's already fed, but let me just go ahead and point out the stats and stuff like that, because this is actually insane. So first of all, the power stat, even at level 100, by the way, this is 130, but I'm just saying, even at level 100, the power stat is insanely good. Like, look at that. 14,560 at level 130, and this is just level 130 only. But yeah, many players will definitely get it to 130 at least, because that's basically the exclusive pass monster deal, if that makes sense, because they give you a rank 3 once you purchase the exclusive pass. So you're gonna get, you basically see this much. The stats, it'll be 14,560 power, which is actually a lot. It is actually a lot, so really good. And also the speed is insane, 9,142. That's really good. And then lastly, the life Boomshakalaka is lagging a bit compared to the other corrupted mythic monsters, but you can literally just go ahead and slap like a mutant rune, you know, like 2 strength that are mutated with like life, and then 1 speed that's also mutated with life. So you're basically helping out his power, speed, and life all together, if that makes sense. So if you have mutant runes like that, go ahead and give it. But talking about the runes, guys, you can literally just run a 1 speed and 2 strength like how it is running right here. You can also do 2 speed and 1 strength. Many players run that. Okay, you can also do, for example, let me see, if you want to go with triple strength, you can, but that's just gonna make the monster super slow, so it's really up to you. But anyways, besides that, the evolving traits, you start off with immune to ignite and burn. Not just ignite or burn, it's ignite and burn together, so it's really good. I really like that. And then at rank 1, you have freeze immunity. Now keep this in mind, it's not just to himself. The status caster is to everybody, so it's really good if you're going up against any deniers that could freeze your monster or your allies. Then it's really good running Boomshakalaka, because they won't be able to freeze you, you know. So like any monster that could freeze, let me just say the one that comes up in my head, Nahane actually freezes, right? You can literally take this monster against Nahane and, you know, you'll be fine. Nahane can't freeze you, or any other monsters that tries to freeze you won't really work out. Status caster, area ignite, not just to one enemy, it's an area one. Okay, so basically in the beginning of the battle, the ignite will be applied to every single one of the monsters, which is really good. So yeah, overall, you know, traits could have been better, but it's quite decent. All right, quite decent. But anyways, let's go on and take a look at the skills. So here are the 4 best skills that I guess he went with. I'm gonna see if he actually went with the good ones. But anyway, so he has extra speed, deals heavy fire damage to all enemies, applies burn and ignite. So this is actually really good if you face any monsters that are not immune to torture, or does not have burning and ignition immunity, or just burning immunity, or even ignition. I mean, if they're, you know, immune to burning only, then you got ignition, you know. But if they're immune to ignition, then you got burning that you can apply. So it's really good. But together, if they're not immune to burning or ignition, you have 2 tortures, and on top of that, you're also dealing heavy fire damage, which is going to be really good. So yeah, it's just that if you face a Boomshakalaka against another Boomshakalaka, it's going to be a disaster, because you can't apply any of these tortures, because remember, this monster starts off with the immune to ignite and burn, so that won't be applied. It's just the damage, and the damage is going to be weak, because remember, it's fire against fire. So then you've got yourself glass shatters. So this skill right here, it's a moderate physical damage to all enemies, applies physical weakness to all enemies. The physical weakness will last for 3 turns, and the nice thing is that this monster has multiple physical weakness skills that I see right here. So basically, after you apply that physical weakness, you'll basically start dealing more damage, because the monsters will be weak against physical attacks, right? So that's really good. And then you also have explosive head syndrome, which is a heavy physical damage to one enemy, applies guard down and stun. So guard down means that incoming attacks will always hit, right? So you won't miss. So that's really good. And the guard down is for 2 turns, the stun is for 1. You have hammer time, which removes shield from one enemy, deals very heavy physical damage to one enemy, applies physical weakness to one enemy. This one also applies physical weakness, I see. Here is the thing. If you want to use hammer time first, you can, and then right after you could do glass shatters. But yeah, you know what? This is actually kind of good against Megaton monsters, especially like Mouseron, because Mouseron starts off with that 50% shield. So if you use hammer time, you first remove the shield, deal very heavy physical damage, right? And if you could give this monster like UA, Unrelenting Assault, basically what happens is that you'll get the extra turn, right? If you can, if this monster is powerful enough and gets the life below 75%, you get the extra turn, and then you can hit him with the AoE physical skill, because they already have the physical weakness, so you'll be taking down Mouseron for sure, or at least dealing a lot of damage to it for sure. So that's really good. That's actually really good. But those are the 4 skills he wants. But let me see the other ones. Old Flames deals moderate fire damage to all enemies, applies fire weakness to all enemies. So here's the thing, if you want to start off with Old Flames first, you can, so you can apply the fire weakness, and then right after hit him with the extra crispy, and you'll deal quite a lot of damage. And the burning ignition, if they're not immune to torture or they don't have immunity to these status effects, you can actually take them down for sure. So it's really good. Once burned, deals moderate fire damage to one enemy, applies fire weakness to one enemy. This is basically like the physical one. So basically there's a single target and then the AoE one. Same thing. Look, Old Flames, once burned, fire weakness, fire weakness. So if you want to run that, you can. It's really up to you. But there's also Explosive Temper, which is a low fire damage to all enemies, applies burn to all enemies. You also have Whack a Shield, which is a moderate physical damage to one enemy, removes shield from one enemy. This is a spammable skill. It's just that you need the 9 stamina. This one is also fine against cooldown activation, so you just need the 11 stamina. So most of this monster's skills are low to medium cooldown. So take a look at this. 3 turn cooldown on this, 20, I mean not 20, 2 turn cooldown on this, 1 turn which is super low. This is also 3. You got 2, 1, and then 0, 0. So yeah, he's good against cooldown activation, which is really good. So if any monsters hit him with CDA, hey, guess what? You have those spammable skills. If you want to run them, you can. So really good. But I'm gonna stick with the runes that he has. I'm not gonna change anything. And oh, take a look at the relic slots. So you have SN, you also have sword. If you have a wingsuit sword, give it. If you have laser beam sword, give it. If you have cane sword, go ahead and give it. Not too many players run Jakugan's sword. I think, let me see, what does Jakugan's sword do again? I haven't used it in so long, honestly. After damaging with a skill, if target's life is below 50%, it deals 70 points of physical damage to all enemies. So if you want to run Jakugan's sword, you can. It's really up to you. But I feel like laser beam sword works best, so I'm gonna have to go with that. And then for SN, Flamear's SN works best. If you have that, equip it. If you have Ural SN, that's like the second best option. Go ahead and go with Ural SN. And then lastly, you can just go with, if you don't have those two, go with like Zyron's SN. Okay? Zyron's SN, Moonhaze SN also works if you want to go with that. But those are like the last options. But anyways, for the talents, here's what I recommend giving, guys. If you have Unrelenting Assault, which not too many players have it because they didn't purchase the first season's pass of this era. So if you don't have that, it's okay. You can go with the Spilling Fist. That also works out. If you actually, you don't even have to go with the Burning one, because this monster will apply Burning anyways with that skill, right? So you don't have to go with that. Vanishing Touch, if you want to give Vanishing Touch, you can. But other than that, nothing much, honestly. If you want to go with like Unholy Vigor just so that you can recover some stamina, since this monster does not have any relics that will recover stamina, you can go with that. But I think what I'll do, what the heck is this? Smite. After damaging with a skill, deals that many points of light damage and disables traits. Oh, if you want to run this, you can too. Oh, that's actually a good one. But you know what I'll do? I'm actually gonna run Vanishing Touch. Why not? Let's do Vanishing Touch, okay? So, yeah, he doesn't have UA, so I won't use UA. Because I can't. He doesn't have it. But other than that, we're set. I just need to swap you with another monster. Let me see who I can actually do. Ooh, what if I do... Let me use this combo. Let's hope it actually works out. Let's hope we don't face any tryhards, and I hope this actually works out. I'm gonna go ahead and apply... Give you this. Okay? And let's get into our first battle. I hope this actually works out. Alright, so we're facing this player named Oscar. There's a 140, a 150 Vampira, and then lastly there is Masquerade with Burning Hands. Okay, no problem. You're going to remove positive side effects in the beginning, so go ahead and do it. Oh, you went with the AoE. Okay. Completely fine with me. That's completely fine with me. So you're gonna do, oh, Nightmares on the Street, even better. So take a look at this. Soul Drag kicked in, okay, dealt some damage, is completely fine. So I'm gonna do the triple damage, okay, so you're gonna die for sure. So you see the Status Caster Ignition that he starts off with, that's applied to the tank, because remember, the Megaton takes all the incoming damage, right? So he also takes that. Now here's the thing, I can do Obsidian Claw and remove positive status effect, because then I can hit them with like the AoE Torture, which will deal quite a lot of damage since they're not immune to torture or burning or ignition in general. So I'm gonna start off with Obsidian Claw instead of Soul Rage because I want to take care of Vampira and hopefully Masquerade if I can. So let me do Obsidian Claw. I see the turn order is on top, so I'm completely fine. Look, he starts off with the 5000 power as well because it's a level 1, not level 140, but level 40 Laser Beam Sword, right? Level 40 Laser Beam Sword. And look, I could do extra crispy. This will actually eliminate Vampira for sure. And then on top of that, it'll apply these two tortures. And then on top of that, there's Laser Beam Sword plus the Vanishing Touch that will deal damage. I also have Explosive Head Syndrome and also the Glass Shatters, right? Glass Shatters, extra crispy. Let's do it extra crispy. Bam. Look at that. It applied two tortures, Vanishing Touch on top of that, dealt some damage. Laser Beam Sword kicked in and dealt 12k damage. And unfortunately, my stamina's gone there. Complete staff, ouch. So you're dead from the two tortures. Look at the other monster, it took so much damage. Oh, look at that, it actually came in handy. So like I told you guys, this monster's Status Caster, the immune to freeze, it actually just missed because I'm immune to it. So he's not frozen, which is nice. Let's do Soul Rage. We apply the triple damage. And then we have Laser Beam Sword boosting up my power as well. And also, the nice thing is that this monster giving some of that stamina regen, you know, to him. So it's really good. Take a look at this. Let's do the single target. So he has a 50% single target skill. He also has a 35% AoE skill. And then a single target 60%. Wow. Let's do it. Let's see how much damage we can deal. That was 528k damage. 528k. So yeah, that was cool. That was awesome. That was really cool. Let's go ahead and get into another battle. Let's get into another one. Let's see how this goes. Alright. So we're facing, ooh, I'm gonna have to eliminate you last then. It's actually a 140, so you're only going to deal 200k damage. Let me see, what's your HP? Oh, never mind. That's scary. So we're gonna have to eliminate you last. I see. Looking at the turn orders, I'm completely fine. So what I can do is start off with Obsidian Claw just like last time and get rid of the Megatons. Oh wow, you just had to do that. You just had to save yourself from that, huh? I can't do anything here now. I have to charge up. It's not like this monster has Pierce Mechanic or something. Imagine if it did. Let's go ahead and stun you. That missed. Let's do Soul Rage now. So your Megaton's off. And I also have triple damage. You know what? I'm not even mad that you did that anymore. Look at this. Glass Shatters. This will actually eliminate them all. Because remember, if it will actually... Wait. If I do extra crispy, it'll just eliminate them all? I don't even have to do the Glass Shatters. But if I wanted to, I could have. You know? But since I used extra crispy last time, I kind of want to use Glass Shatters. So you guys have an idea of what it is. So basically just applies that AoE physical weakness. And it also deals quite a lot of damage on top of that. So watch next turn. Just watch this. I charge up. Okay, you're not gonna die, so I'm just gonna go on and charge up again. You behave, so you turned him into a baby. Okay, I'm glad you survived. Look at this. Hammer time. Any physical attacks will deal basically strong. Okay, so it'll always be strong. Because this monster has physical weakness that I just applied. If I do Hammer Time right now, which is a 60%, which is the most powerful out of this one, it will deal quite a lot of damage. So let's see how much damage we can actually deal. 239k. That was 239k. And that doesn't even matter anymore. See? Even though he died, he came back because he can hold an SN, which is really nice. So yeah, overall the monster is actually quite nice. I know not too many players like him, the Boomshakalaka monster, but having these two tortures, they're actually quite decent. So you can deal quite a lot of damage with these two combined. And on top of that, you have the physical weakness, you have the stun skill and guard down. You also have an AoE. No, sorry, this one's AoE. This one's a single target physical weakness. So altogether, it's really good. And then on top of that, you have your ultimate, which called Boomshakalaka, literally his name, and it's just spaced out. It applies fire weakness to all enemies first, and then on top of that, you're dealing insane fire damage to all enemies and applying burn and ignite. Kind of similar to Darmit. Is it General Darmit or Darmit's Bodyguard? That skill of his before it actually got nerfed like a couple of years ago. Let me see. Is General Darmit actually... No, not Darmit. I think it's Darmit's Bodyguard. I'm pretty sure. That had that skill. This one right here, Darmit's Bodyguard. So his... Before he actually got nerfed, he used to apply the fire weakness first, and then on top of that deal, you know, a lot of insane amount of fire damage. It was so good back then, but then they nerfed him. So they just made that change, and he's now horrible. But back then I used to use that skill a lot, and it was so good. It was kind of like his ultimate. It's just that it didn't apply the ignition and burning. Anyways, guys, that's going to be pretty much it for today's monster review. Once again, huge thanks to Sammy and Dark for letting me basically use their account and also making this possible. So huge thanks to them. But anyways, I hope you guys did learn something new from today's video, and I hope you guys did enjoy the monster review. And if you did, drop a like and also subscribe to the channel with notifications on. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.